Well, good evening, everyone, and thank you for watching the Barre Beat podcast, streaming live to 802 Scoop from the Inside Scoop Studios, Main Street, Barre, Vermont. My name is Michael Boutin, and with us tonight, of course, we have my co-host, Liam Hogan from Hogan Group, LLC. Good evening. How are you doing?
Good. Could be a little nicer outside. I don't know what it was doing today.
It could be. It definitely could be a little bit nicer, but it also could be worse, right?
It could be worse.
It could be worse. You know,
It
we should
could
be
be.
happy of what we got.
We might still be in triking weather.
It's definitely not trekking weather. Definitely not trekking weather. And I don't know anybody that would think it's striking weather. Drop in the comments, folks, if you think it's striking weather. Because my guess is everybody else is in the same boat. Yeah. That's a hard pass on the striking weather idea. Oh, man. But we can talk about weather, that's for sure. We've got, let's do our, obviously today is icky. Snow and rain. Gets drier. Apparently, it's supposed to get drier this evening, but a high of 37 with a low of 30. Tomorrow, it's snow showers with a high of 33, low of 25. Tuesday, 41 degrees. And it's supposed to be brighter with maybe a little bit of clouds going on there, low of 22. And then Wednesday, we're back down into the snow showers with 38 degrees high, 29 low. Rain on Thursday and snow, rain and snow possible, but 43 degrees. Low of 26. And then Friday, a little snow shower, but a high of 28 degrees, so it's going to be chilly with a low of 25. And then Saturday, we're up in the 35s with a sun and clouds, low of 14. And then Sunday, it's going to get back up into the 40s. So it's 44-degree high, nice and, partly cloudy kind of deal with a low of 26. And then Monday next week, mostly cloudy, 44 degrees of a high. And then Tuesday, sun and clouds, high of 42 degrees. So we're getting there slowly.
Winter's not giving up.
It's not, which means it's a perfect time for to go to Yipes and get yourself a car starter, some heated seats, perfect timing for that. So head on down there and get those items.
You got the app, didn't you?
I still have the app. Actually, my free subscription has run out.
Oh, no.
It only gives you a month of free subscription, and I think it's like $5 a month.
You didn't re-up?
Huh?
You didn't re-up for the...
No, but what my plan is, in like late November, early December, I'll re-up for like 3 months, and then I'll just let it die.
Let it go.
Because I don't need to have it on... I don't need the app on the entire year.
Right.
Because for the most part, it's, it's either cold or it's hot.
Yeah.
And if it's cold, then I want it warmed up. If it's hot, I can just roll down the windows. I can handle that.
Well, you have a Jeep. You can just take the top off.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. You got to hear the story. So I sold my Jeep, my old Jeep, to my nephew. And apparently people have been like flashing him and like waving. And then he's like, he doesn't know who they are. Somebody asked me this morning, hey, were you at Cornerstone at like 3 a.m. in the morning? And I'm like,
no.
Well, when? Because it's not above me to play Pokemon at 3 a.m. in the morning. I have done it before, and I would likely do it again. So, and then I messaged him, and I was like, hey, were you playing Pokemon at
the corners?
And he was. But he works night shifts, so, his
schedule's all screwed up.
Circadian rhythm or whatever it's called is all foobarred. Have you ever played Pokemon?
No.
Oh. You should learn how to play Pokemon.
Is that when you like throw the ball at people and try and catch them?
You go like this and you go like that and throw the ball.
Mm.
It can be a fun game.
I'd rather just get snowballs and chuck them.
No. Those hurt and they're cold. Pokeballs are great.
And they're hard, aren't they?
Well, I mean, you're not physically throwing the balls. They're
what fun is
little
that?
digital balls that you throw. Good golly. Somebody help me out here.
I want to throw actual balls at people.
No, that stuff hurts. You don't want to do that. Why would you want to do that? That's crazy.
Especially people I don't like.
I mean,
which are mostly people that don't work.
Nice. nice sneaking that right in there, buddy. Anyway.
Moving right
along. So the rabies clinic went over yesterday. They had their rabies clinic, so it's all over with. We're not going to promote it anymore.
Nope. On to Easter.
Nope. But on Tuesday, the select board is going to award the purchase of an Alexis. Ooh, I just said that word, and I bet you 20. Well, right now, 6 people's device just went off. So one of ALEXIS fire truck. And they're also going to award the purchase of firefighter turnout gear. They're going to consider a motion to authorize the expenditure from the ambulance fund to renovate a building in Berlin and use it by Barrytown EMS for the town manager to sign a 10-year lease with that property as well. And they're going to purchase a used SUV for the EMS department. And they're also going to be discussing grass cutting and portalet service contracts for 2026. Super exciting.
Right. Exciting stuff happening here in Barrytown, guys.
Portalets. Actually, it is kind of cool with I would love to know about the fire truck.
Waiting by the edge of my seat. I'm going to be at the select board meeting. Whew.
You should be at the select board meeting, and then you can report back to us next week.
Maybe I'll go.
It might be interesting. You might be surprised.
Uh-uh.
The fire trucks are actually kind of cool. Well, you're a firefighter. You were a firefighter.
Yeah,
you should be like super stoked about this.
I retired. I'm getting old.
Yeah, okay. City Council, on the other hand, has some really exciting stuff.
Uh-oh.
First reading of public nudity ordinance.
Nice.
Yes.
Are they going to allow it?
No.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I when I read through it, I didn't see anything about
not allowing
top stuff.
Oh.
Nothing regarding that. Instead, it literally quotes. It's like exposing your genitals and anus, which like the logistics on that.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't say, I don't know. Anyway, the point is that it's going to be a civil fine of $100 for the first offense, $200 for the second offense, $500 for the third offense. And like the natural question that comes to me is, why are we talking about this?
Right.
Right?
Which one of you is wandering around nude?
Exactly. But
drop in the comments.
So are you ready? Are you ready for the reasoning?
Yep.
Somebody inquired about doing a nude taxi.
That's interesting.
I was like, a nude taxi?
Right. Or like, is it like the driver nude? Which one of you did this? Come on.
I feel like we need more information on this.
Yeah.
Nude taxi.
Let's find whoever inquired about that and have them on the show.
That, so you can Google that.
After you're done watching the Barre Beat, Google it
No, I'm not Googling it. I do not want that on my search history. But you can do that. You can more than welcome to do that. New taxi. My guess is it's some like trend that they have.
Yep.
That would be my guess. But like, why?
Yeah.
Would you want to be driving around naked?
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense.
No.
What a time to be alive.
No, that's a bad time to be alive. Can you imagine? You get in and you're just like, whoa.
Right. Put some clothes on.
Nice to meet you too. That would be exceedingly jarring. I mean, for me, it would be exceedingly jarring, and I'm a prude, so there's no doubt that I would be like, whoa. This is not okay. Maybe not.
Right.
I feel like there's like a sanitation issue. I know there's not, but it just feels like it's unsanitary. Anyway, so the ordinance is modeled after Burlington's ordinance.
Nice.
And hopefully whoever's thinking about doing a nude taxi goes away.
Right. Doesn't work out.
They're also going to be talking about the FY27 budget. They're looking at a 7.47% increase in the budget. They're part of that whole increase is $38,000 for GMT. They're increasing the rental registry from $60 to $100 per unit. I believe it's per unit. I might be wrong on that, so don't quote me, but I think it's per unit. It still has the 100,000 housing and homeless liaison in the budget, but they expect that to be state funded. And then the mayor wanted to make sure that the planner position, the associate planner position, was added back in, which is 90,000. But they have like a fund balance of $2.1 million.
Wow.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
And I just testified before the House Committee on Government Operations and Military Affairs to modify our charter, making it 5% that we can retain to 10%, which would mean that of that 2.1 million, we would be able to have 1.4 million in, for lack of a better term, in the savings, right? Which allows that cash flow issues that municipalities get not to be a problem because of timing with taxes.
Right.
Usually we get what's called a TAN, which is, wait a minute, I think it's a TAN and tax anticipation note, I think it's called. I can't remember. RAN is revenue anticipation note, I believe. And that's for the school, but a TAN is what people get for, or what municipalities get. So that would make it so that we would be able to retain the 1.4.
More money.
More money.
It's a good thing.
More money. More money.
More money.
Speaking of more money, there was no documents in there, but they are going to be setting the clerk compensation level. The city council is the one that determines what to pay the city clerk. They are going to have a conversation about, remember how we talked about postmark dates?
Yep.
A while back. So they actually are going to submit that policy or discuss that policy and approve it, I believe. And then there's another flood update. And then there's a legislative update.
Nice.
Which I didn't know about.
Would have been helpful.
Would have been helpful. I didn't know about it. And so it's on the agenda. And I'm looking at legislative update. Oh, that must mean that I'm supposed to be there from our legislative delegation. So I text two other individuals that represent, that are over Barre City.
Yeah.
And one of them also didn't get a notification. So that person was like, oh, okay.
That sounds
Good to know. Good to know. And then the other one apparently has been talking to the individuals at City Hall and had known about this coming. So like, well, you know, when it says legislation delegation, I mean, you probably should invite people to come.
You should.
But
you should invite the other two.
Might want. Well, there's 5 of us total, right? So there's me and Teddy for state reps.
Yeah.
And then Ann Watson, who also lives in Barre City, Ann Cummings, and Andrew Perchlick. So we'll see whether or not they're going to come. I didn't tell. I asked Ann to, and I also asked Teddy to reach out to Andrew and Ann Cummings. Yeah. So legislative update
It's going to be crowded.
Oh,
a lot of people.
There's plenty of room in there. Plenty of room. CVC has their board meeting this week, and they're going to be talking about a boatload of policies, blah, 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 blah. And they're going to be talking about sick bank MOU. So their sick time, people can bank their time, and it looks like so that they can give it to people, that's the way I read that at first. I could be wrong. Let me see. Let me double check that. Yeah, every staff donates, the board will match the donation. Yeah, so which is pretty cool. Wait a minute. I don't know. It's in there somewhere. They're going to be talking about the sick time MOU. Memorandum of Understanding between Central Vermont Career Center and Barre Educators Association regarding sick bank donations. So sick time donations. And then there's also going to be a dust collection system RFP. So you guys can go do that. And whenever we talk about Central Vermont Career Center, we talk about General Transport.
Right.
Right?
So your CDL.
Yes, get your CDL because that's a career. Next class is April 13th, 2026.
Coming right up.
Yep. And if you're interested in that, call Tracy at 802-279-3325.
And Tracy, stop giving your phone number out.
Well, no, she wants to give her phone number out.
Oh. I'd hate doing that.
I give my number out to everyone.
Quit calling me.
Oh, don't call me at 11 o'clock at night. That's all I ask. Egg hunts?
Yeah, you're going to them, right?
We're going to them.
Right.
Right.
And I'm going to shave so I can pass as a 12-year-old.
Well, you can try, but it's 10 years old that you need to be.
Whew.
So
haven't been 10 years old in a minute.
But, wait a minute. So we got the Barre City one.
Right.
That's Saturday, April 4th, 9 a.m. to 11. And the egg hunt begins promptly at 9:30. And that's up at the BOR. So go there. And then Saturday, same day. So once you're done there, you hop over to the Easter egg hunt at the Bible Baptist Church. And that's Saturday, April 4th at 2 p.m. Kids 12 and under. So you'd qualify.
There you go.
But I think what we should do is dress you up as a rabbit.
I said the same thing for you.
No,
and you've already got you've already got the hair.
We'll get you a rabbit suit.
You just need ears.
I actually know somebody with a rabbit suit, so you should be careful. So that's at 2 p.m. for Bible Baptist Church. That's on Vine Street in Berlin, not Barre. Don't go to Vine Street in Barre because you won't find any eggs there. That's Bible Baptist Church. And if you have questions, call 802-476-6487. Again, kids 12 and under. And then, of course, we have the Easter egg hunt March 28th. that's not this weekend. So next weekend is the ones for the churches, or the for Bible Baptist Church and for Barre City. But this weekend, 10 a.m., East Montpelier Recreation Field. That's where you're going to want to go for the East Montpelier Easter egg hunt. 10 a.m.
And who knows, maybe you'll spot a tall, goofy man in a bunny suit.
Go right ahead. I'm not going to go to that one. Sorry. But you have fun. You have fun. I want to talk about EVs.
EVs? Yeah, they
Yes.
suck.
So Vermont lawmakers are advancing a mileage-based fee on electric vehicles to replace declining gas tax revenue as EV use increases. The proposal would charge drivers based on miles driven, aiming to create fairness in how road maintenance is funded. If approved, the program would begin around 2028 as part of a broader transportation funding strategy.
It's about
Chris-
time they charged them something.
Oh, listen, I'm not a fan of the EVs. Although I would say this, if I could afford an EV, I would totally buy one. I can't afford an EV, so I just have no interest in it.
You wouldn't buy one
No, I would consider buying one.
if one was a
Absolutely.
Jeep.
Yep. And that's the only way that I would. And it would have to be a hybrid.
Mhm.
I'm not going to get stuck somewhere.
No.
The problem that I have with the EVs is it's being forced on us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not cool. It's not cool at all. But it would be about 1.4 cents per mile. So I'm assuming that would be part of the annual inspection with the odometers, and that's on bill H944. Yeah, and that's the big transportation bill that pops out every year. Exciting. I'm not going to
Good
lie,
stuff.
I'm very happy about this because I think EVs should pay their fair share.
Mm-hmm.
Most people that have electric vehicles, I mean, most people, there's exceptions, but most people more than likely are more well-to-do. They can handle it. It's a wealth tax. I'm okay with that kind of wealth tax. It would equate to about $154 per year for an average EV user. And the revenue that it's going to generate is between $350,000 to $1 million.
There you go.
Which
Goes right into your pocket.
That's pretty large, substantial amount of money.
Yeah.
Although it doesn't go very far when fixing roads.
No. Well, I have a few roads that they could fix.
Oh, so don't I. Like South Main Street,
Yep.
maybe? Because that's on the docket for like 5 years from now. And it needs to be fixed yesterday.
Pronto.
Big time. Big time. Because those potholes are bad. But if you hit a pothole and you break something on your vehicle, you can always go to Ruthier's Auto Center, who they do full service auto repairs, auto reconditioning. So if you got a messy car, you can get that done, and pre-owned auto sales. So if you want to buy a new car because your car is totally crapped out because of the potholes, that's one way you can do it. Go to www.ruthierauto.com or call them at 802-622-0080.
My favorite ones are the ones that are filled with water and you don't think it's going to be too bad.
Oh, yeah, that's not good. Yeah, it's dangerous.
Yep. So, anybody listening? South Main Street.
Ruthier's.
Yep.
All right. Warmer winters and a growing bear population are causing bears to emerge from hibernation earlier in Vermont, increasing encounters with humans. Wildlife officials say the biggest issue are bears being attracted to easy food sources in backyards, reinforcing dangerous behavior. Preventing access to things like bird feeders and trash is a key to reducing conflicts and safety and coexisting with Mother Nature.
Hmm.
Have you ever seen a bear?
I saw one cross the belt line a few months ago. Coming down from Berlin into the city. I saw one run right across. I said, yep, you can keep on going.
I had a bear look into the back of my Jeep.
Oh, fun.
Yes, it was great. Right here in Berry City. We've had a couple times where there were bears, little baby bears.
Couple visitors.
Yes. I will say they're freaking adorable. The little baby bears, you just want to go grab it.
Right, you just want to give it a hug.
Yeah. Want to pet that dog? You seen that little video?
Yes.
Where the little girl, she's like, I want to pet that dog. I want to pet that dog. Yes, I want to pet the dog, the little bear. But Vermont's bear population has grown significantly. In 2024, they were estimated about 6,500 to 8,000 bears.
Wow.
That's actually a freaking lot of bears.
It is. They're having more babies than we are.
That's possible. That's because you're failing to do your job. Don't you have family members though that don't fail to do their job?
What?
No?
I've got one older brother who's had 2 kids now.
No, still not doing what you got to get more. Depleting the surplus population through not having children. I mean, okay.
Maybe we'll not risk any more dumb people.
I think that was a self-deprecating comment, or was that a comment of? I'm not sure where that was going. I
don't want to risk any more.
Don't want to risk any more. Well, if you don't want to risk getting bears, don't have bird feeders, unprotected bird feeders.
Well, I'm thinking I'm just going to start leaving Happy Meals out there for him.
Yeah, don't do that. Garbage, compost, which the compost thing is hilarious, right? Because legislation years ago made it mandatory to compost. I compost. Don't you?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
I throw it right in the garbage.
That's not what you're supposed to do. I compost. Beehives and chicken coops are attractants.
Ooh. I have mini dinosaurs.
You have mini dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they lay eggs.
Have we talked about this?
No.
Have you ever flipped one over and put it on its back?
Nope.
So grab one of your chickens,
Yep.
flip it over, and just put it on its back. And watch it just sit there for like a few seconds. It won't move. It's like really awesome. And if you do it without people knowing, you look like the bird whisperer. I've done it up at my niece's house. I'll just pick up the chicken, flip it over, and they're like, "Oh my goodness, that's so awesome!" Like, I know, it's because I'm amazing. I'm amazing. Yeah, actually, I just know the stupid trick, which is you flip the bird over and it does that. Yeah. Try it out. Let me know.
Yeah, I'll take a video.
Good. After federal government denied Vermont's request twice that was denied for flood recovery aid, lawmakers are now considering using state funds to help affected Northeast Kingdom communities rebuild. The proposal from the Scott administration would shift the financial burden to the state, raising concerns about long-term cost as flooding becomes more frequent. Officials warn that without federal support, local taxpayers would ultimately bear the cost of recovery. True. unfortunate
Mhm.
that they weren't able to tap into federal funds. Doug Farnham, the state's chief recovery officer, presented a plan to transfer 1.3 million to a grant program for natural disaster recovery. Doug Farnham's been in Barre City quite a few times.
Interesting.
Yep. Then we've got the House Committee on Education shifted their school consolidation strategy, moving away from large mandatory district mergers towards a more gradual approach focused on voluntary mergers and regional collaboration.
This is something
'Cause
familiar.
this works so well. The new direction reflects difficulty gaining support for sweeping changes and instead leans on shared services and incentives to encourage districts to merge over time. The pivot signals a major change in how the House plans to implement education reform under Act 73. So let's talk about merging. One, the committee backed off from Peter Conlon's plan. He's the chair of the House Committee on Education, which he had a map to consolidate 119 districts down to 27. And I liked his map. And I was hoping that that map would go through because it has a big old middle finger in the middle of the map, which would be our district. And I like that. Literally, like, as I've stated before, it's Barre, Williamstown, Northfield, and it has like this huge middle finger in the middle of it, which goes up Cabot, Harwood, and all of them. Maybe not Harwood. I think it does. Yeah. I like that map just because it looked cool, and we were not part of Montpelier.
There you go. Isn't voluntary mergers what they did a few years back?
Yes. So glad that you mentioned that, Liam. It worked so well.
It really did.
Yes.
We should do that again.
Oh, that sounds like a great idea. Yes. Let's do that again.
How are you going to vote on that?
I'm going to be like not thrilled to vote on that. It's that needs to not happen. You can't ask people to voluntarily merge. It just doesn't happen.
Right.
It does not happen. Our natural instinct is to be like separate.
Right.
In Vermont, that's just the way that it is.
It's like
I tried to get our school board multiple times to get rid of Articles 3 and 4 and like failed every single time I tried. Every freaking time.
It's like trying to get people to voluntarily go to work. It just doesn't work.
Yes. And what, we're going to kick this can down the road. That's what's going to end up happening. Or the governor is not going to sign the budget bill and he's just going to keep on vetoing it until we actually deal with education, which tempt me with a good time.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. I hope he holds to that.
I hope he's listening.
Governor Phil Scott's always listening to Barre Beat. Always.
I can see that.
Yeah. He listens to Barre Beat every Sunday night. He's like, he
listens to the beat in the governor's mansion.
Governor's mansion? No, we do not have a governor's mansion.
He doesn't have a house behind the Capitol?
No. I don't think so. No. He lives in Berlin.
Oh. I thought he...
No. There's no governor's mansion.
Oh.
I don't think there is.
Right.
There's a governor's office, which is in the pavilion building or whatever. And then there's the governor's ceremonial office, which is in the State House. But no, I do not believe they have a governor's mansion. That's like for fancy states.
Right. We're not fancy.
We're not fancy. We're Vermont. But so we're talking about the consolidation. So we're not going to fix our education spending problem. which, listen, you don't want to consolidate, fine, whatever, fine. You don't want that, then pass the freaking foundation formula. That'll force people to consolidate because they won't have money. That's what needs to happen.
Well,
My
there you
personal
go.
opinion.
You're in the right spot to make it happen.
No, we'll get to how I'm not in the right spot to make anything happen. We'll get to that. But the problem with the education stuff is it's super expensive and it's costing people a lot in taxes. The projected tax increase average across the state was going to be 12%. Then the budgets went through and it knocked it down to 10%. So Ways and Means, they approved by a 6-5 margin on a property tax bill that would project an increase for next year at 7%. They were using one-time state funds, but they were not doing what the governor recommended, which is to use all the one-time state funds,
Right.
which would have brought the tax rate down to 4%. So they kind of went halfway with what the governor was suggesting. He wanted to do, the full amount, but instead they're doing half of it now and half of it later.
I'm sure he's pretty happy about that.
Oh, yeah. He's super ecstatic about that.
Jumping up and down.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
My guess is this Wednesday we will hear about his
displeasure.
Happiness. Because I don't think he was thrilled. But so it was the 4 Republicans and 1 Democrat, which was Hochul, I believe. She's the one that was the 5th no vote. But I was told by the Ways and Means people, the Republicans, at least one of the Republicans, I had heard it elsewhere, that there was another Democrat that was going to vote no, which would have flipped it, right?
Yep.
But the party leaned on that person and the person folded. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I heard. I'm like, what? I get irritated with the party stuff.
Yeah.
Just,
should all be one big party.
Yeah. No parties at all.
One big Michael party.
Yeah, we could do the Michael party. I'd like that.
Yeah.
If everybody did it the way that I wanted, everything would be perfect.
Right? And we'd all have lots of money.
Yeah, sure. Sure. You know who doesn't have a lot of money?
Me.
Yeah, well, neither do I. But the U.S. Postal Service
Oh,
is warning that it could run out of cash by 2027 without help from Congress, raising concerns about the future of mail delivery nationwide. Postmaster General David Steiner says the agency may be unable to pay workers or continue operations unless lawmakers allow more borrowing and to implement the reforms. The situation highlights long-term financial struggles driven by declining mail volume and rising costs. What you doing, Pup? Lie down. It looks like she was getting into the garbage. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm really like pro put the money into the Postal Service.
or just get rid of snail mail altogether.
She is not lying down.
Just get rid of it.
She's getting antsy. What do you mean get rid of snail mail? No.
Yeah, we don't need it. We all get emails.
They're going to raise the stamps to $1 a pop. I'm not thrilled with that.
Why? How many letters do you send?
You want to know the truth? Thousands of letters.
Okay, personally, how many letters do you send?
Thousands of letters go out. I pay thousands of dollars for mailing, okay? right? Every 2 years, I spend $1,000 minimum on mailers. So raising it to $1 a pop, that's going to be $1,000 minimum, because more than likely I'm going to have to send it out to like 3,000 people.
Holy moly.
Yeah, that's the cost of running an election in Vermont. Well, I mean, it's not Vermont's fault for that. That's, it's $1 for the postage. It's insane.
It's
You
crazy.
should send out more letters. People like letters when they come in the mail.
Right. Well, I'll send you a letter.
They do not like bills, and they do not like junk mail. In case you want to know. So multiple people were sent to the hospital Saturday afternoon after the flood. I'm sorry.
The flood.
Excuse me. Multiple people were sent to the hospital Saturday afternoon after the floor of a wedding venue collapsed.
Oh, I saw this on the news.
Yeah.
and I said to someone, I was like, is that a sign maybe you shouldn't get married?
That would be a bad day.
Yeah.
Officials said around 4:30 p.m., Tamworth fire rescue crews were called to the preserve at Chocorua and Tamworth, about an hour north of Concord, New Hampshire. They said callers reported more than 100 people were on the floor when it collapsed into the basement, and that multiple people were trapped. Investigators said there were 144 guests were in the venue's Sap House building when the floor collapsed. Roughly half the guests fell through the floor, about an 8-foot drop, which isn't too bad, but it's still not fun, and were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, and multiple others were treated at the scene. So it was non-life-threatening injuries, which is good. Investigators believe the building was over capacity at the time the floor. Obviously, it was over capacity.
I was just gonna say
the floor collapsed. Still working to figure out the exact details. That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
That would be like really terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, maybe it's a sign.
Don't get married.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's the sign.
We just killed half our guests. Maybe we shouldn't do this.
Or maybe it's a sign that you'll persevere great tragedies, but be able to come out on the other end.
But like
the story.
Do you re-invite them?
No, it's over with. The wedding's gone. Just think of that story, right? You're talking and you're like, yeah, at my wedding. I've heard some really cool wedding stories before.
Because a lot of those people were intoxicated. You have to think.
True.
So
I mean, it depends on. No, it was 4:30 p.m., so probably not. Unless you're starting pretty damn early with drinking. My guess is they were not intoxicated by then.
I'm just saying.
I mean, weddings probably start around 1 o'clock. My guess is it was probably about 1 o'clock that they started. They weren't drunk.
All right. But I'm just saying, do you try again?
Yeah.
Wedding attempts number 2.
No, because that probably cost a lot of money. Although I bet you the venue would pay for the next one.
Yeah, me too.
All right. So we're going to talk about Act 81. But before we talk about Act 181, we got to talk about Bill number H632. So you saw the post, the Peep post.
Yep.
Where I was like, it's been a rough day. I need to do a couple lines of Peeps. I should have wrote that. One of my friends from down south, he actually wrote about to do 2 lines or something like that. And I'm like, oh, that's amazing. Because I like Peeps. Do you like Peeps?
Yeah. Not my go-to.
Not your go-to?
Right.
So I I know that, you know, a lot of people don't like Peeps, but grab your Peeps
Uh-oh.
because now you're going to have to try it.
Right.
So what I got is what I've call poopy bottom Peeps because they got chocolate bottoms. But I've been saying in the legislature muddy bottom Peeps because I don't want to get in trouble. So Liam's got a Peep. It was such a bad day on Friday, and I'll explain the reason why after we scarf down a Peep. Ready? Go for it. It's good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Peeps are amazing. And you got another one. So what do you think about this Peep?
With chocolate, they're better.
I agree. The chocolate makes a difference. I love those Peeps. Absolutely love them every year. It's like my favorite time of year is Easter because of Peeps and because of the kosher jelly rings that usually they're like raspberry jelly rings that are down at Price Chopper. They're not there this year though.
That's sad.
It is. It's not okay. It's a boshi. So Friday, it was such an awful day. It started out good. I was like prepped to do an amendment on the bill to repeal raise the age. So Vermont has a law that 18-year-olds are treated as children, which so you can be 18 years old and still be in school. I'm not going to quibble over that, right? Or quibble or whatever. I get it. It makes perfect sense, you know, fine. But we have a law that says that in 2027, the age raises to 19. So now 19 to 20 in that 1 year time, those kids are not those adults, because they're adults at 19, they're going to be treated like kids in court. So if you go and, you know, sell drugs, you're treated in family court, which means that people from other states send their kids up here, they're 19-year-olds, and sells drugs, which is what's been happening. So, well, not 19, but 18-year-olds. That's what they've been doing because they go through family court and there's no real consequences. And we want to raise that to 19. And I'm against that. You know, if you're 19 years old, you're a freaking adult. You should be treated as an adult. Currently in our court system, if between 18 and 22, if the prosecutor, the defense attorney, the judge think that you should be processed through family court, they will do that automatically. They will do that for you. But it has to be a case by case situation. This law would make it so it just all 19-year-olds go through family court. And that's not okay. In my opinion, that's not okay. So I submitted an amendment to repeal raise the age. Want to guess how that went?
When poof.
That one did not pass. It was basically a party line vote with 2 Democrats that voted for the amendment. There were 2 Democrats and they got crap for it. And it's so sad. Like, you should be able to vote what your heart is and not have to worry about getting crap from a party. And for me, you vote a certain way because it's right or it's wrong. You don't sit there and be like, well, is my party going to force me to do something? And if my party was telling me that I have to do something, I would immediately tell them to go shove it. You can't, I get oppositional defiance disorder.
Mhm.
It's a real problem for me. Don't tell me to do something. So anyway, during that being said, so that's how my Friday started off. And I submitted it, I was very sad that I submitted it super, like it was super surprised, because it was in the morning that I submitted the amendment, and it
Yep.
was afternoon that we were going to vote on it. And I was really upset about that. But I had also submitted an amendment on H632, which was the miscellaneous environmental amendments. So I was going to submit an amendment that the Governor Scott has already done an executive order on. So it would just be, making his executive order nice and tidy, right?
Yep.
Yesterday, I found out that they won't say that it was killed because of my amendment,
But we're pretty sure.
but I'm pretty sure it was killed because of my amendment, because the bill was moving. It was going to happen. I mean, A&R had hundreds of hours invested in that bill and in that language, and the committee of jurisdiction they had to spend at least 50 to 100 hours talking about that bill. When I looked at it, they were talking about it almost every single day. My guess is, absent their bill where they're trying to reintroduce the cougar into Vermont, that was probably like the next bill, or if not, maybe a little bit more. I mean, that committee's like super busy with cougars and that bill. I've made too many jokes about the cougars, so I'm not going to go down that route. But so it died. And I was so angry, because I had submitted that amendment a week and a half ago, and it gave them like this buffer where they could kill the bill. And to me, when we were told during orientation that no surprises, when I did orientation, I was in the judiciary room, and Lori Houghton, who is the Democrat majority leader, she said no surprises, and everybody says that in leadership. So I took that to heart, and that's the reason why I submitted it. And when I submitted that a week and a half ago, I notified my leader, I notified the Democrats leader, the chair, and the speaker. And then it died. And it did the same thing that happened in the Senate. And I know what happened in the Senate, because one of the senators told me. He was asked if he was going to submit that amendment on the floor, and the chair of the committee of jurisdiction, pulled that bill. So the amendment, which is the mapping, the buffer for the mapping zone, that amendment, they do not want to vote on it. And it's like, it will either pass or it won't pass. So why
are you
so afraid to have that voted on? I don't understand. And what I do understand is that I did what's right, and I was punished for it. And you know what that means? This means I won't do what's right next time.
Right.
I'll just submit them in a surprise.
Yeah.
And then when I get the look of, well, why did you do that? I'll be like, you killed the last bill, so what do you expect? It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
That's so bullshit. So I had a couple lines of peeps.
Yeah. When
I was so distraught over that, like the entire day, because it was, for me, it was a punishment for doing what's right, and that's exactly how I felt about it. Um, and it really hurt my feelings, and I just talking with it about it with anybody, just I struggled to maintain composure, because one, it was a bill that would have brought us 20 to 30 houses in Barry, and two, I did everything that I was supposed to do, and I got punished. I was so angry. Well, yeah, fun story. But let's talk about Act 181. Frustration is growing across Vermont over Act 181, a major land use reform law which passed 2 years ago via a veto override. Now the Senate is considered delaying its rollout due to confusion and pushback from communities. The law's mapping system and regulation are not ready, creating uncertainty for housing, development, and landowners. The debate highlights tension between promoting housing and protecting rural land, with lawmakers now weighing whether to slow things down.
I know a few people who are not particularly excited.
No?
Yeah,
They don't like the idea of not having control over their property?
exactly.
Much of Phil Scott's pushback, then and now, has centered around a new road rule, which is expected to impact the majority of land in the state. The rule stipulates that Act 250 would kick in when a private entity wants to build a road longer than 800 feet, or a combination of roads and driveways longer than 2,000 feet. As written, the rule is slated to take effect on July 1st. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are pissed about it. I've gotten emails like,
There's going to be quite a gathering on Tuesday, I hear.
yeah, I saw that. So there's a repeal Act 181 protest on Tuesday, March 24th at noon. So
Would you call it a protest? I don't know. Is it a? I thought
it's a protest.
Okay. I thought the governor was going to have speakers, and the lieutenant governor was going to have speakers out there, and
Oh, maybe.
I don't know.
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I don't think he's pro Act 181. I mean, the governor, the lieutenant governor, you're
Lieutenant
talking about,
governor,
yeah,
yeah.
the governor is definitely not pro Act 181. We actually dropped a comment about that, or not a comment, but a video clip on that on 802 Scoop. Yeah. So Mary White, the president of Vermont Farm Bureau, said, in rural Vermont, we measure land in acres, not feet. The road rule itself will cripple our rural communities and hinder growth where we need it to flourish. Governor Scott said, we have a long way to go to reverse course in the areas that will unfairly impact rural communities. I won't accept a short extension so that they can get through November election. And that's 100% true. You know, that's what this legislate. That's what happens. It's like the raise the age thing, right?
Yeah.
They're pushing it off for next year, you know, because they don't want to take up the issue now. And the problem is that it goes into effect next year. So they have a whole year next year to like have people forget about the fact that this goes into effect.
Right.
And that's real shitty.
Yeah.
That's real shitty. You know. So hopefully we'll see that stop. S325 is moving to the House, and it slows down Act 181. And Act 181 was pushed hard by the left-leaning advocacy groups like Vermont Natural Resources Council.
And they like you, right?
Oh, they love me. All of those groups love me so much. So much.
Like VPIRG.
Oh my goodness. I loathe VPIRG. You saw the comment from Vermont Conservation Voters.
Yeah, you had a good conversation with them.
I know. So for folks that don't know, I may or may not have trolled them online because Vermont Conservation Voters do a green list for St. Patrick's Day, and I wasn't on it.
Didn't make it.
I was like, oh, shucks, I didn't make the green list. Apparently I have a 50% rating with them. Whatever. So I didn't make the green list, and I posted about it. I'm like, oh, shucks,
didn't make the green list.
Didn't make the green list. And someone from Vermont Conservation Voters said something. And then I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. Because you come on my page and troll me, I'm going to troll back. I am definitely going to troll back. And I did. And then the person was like, well, maybe we should meet. And then I was like, oh, man, that's no fun.
This could have been really fun.
This could have been a lot of fun. So anyway, I did meet with Justin, and it was actually a really good conversation. I'm sure we will not agree on almost anything. We do agree that, lead should not be in, heavy metals should not be in baby formula. We do agree on that.
Yeah, that's a starting point.
That's a low bar. I'm not going to lie. That's a very low bar. But we definitely agree on that. And the parapret or something like that, not parapret, but there's a chemical that people use in orchards, and we agreed that should go away. That actually passed already, the House. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So it was a good conversation. Now I can't troll them because I know the person. It makes me sad. I was very disappointed.
You can troll them on here.
No, I can. It's true. Are you going to go to the Repeal the Act? You can't. You got to work.
Go to work.
Go to work.
No, I want to try and see if I can
take time off and go.
Maybe for an hour.
Yeah, just showing up.
Yep.
That's going to be a busy day.
That's half the battle, is showing up.
Just showing up. You've been inside the State House, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I went and testified before the Transportation
Transportation that's right.
Committee.
We had this conversation. I was there. What a dummy. But you haven't been through it, right? Oh no, I brought you through it.
How old are you again?
Oh, that was bad. That was very bad. I had you sit in my seat and everything. What the heck? All right. Obviously, it's time to go to bed.
There is a picture on this page.
I know there's a picture on this page. All right. With that, anything you want to say?
Iran is in its 20. What did I tell you this morning? It was 400 and hang on. 528 hours. 23rd day of its internet blackout. So,
yep.
All I have to say is turn the internet back on.
Yep, I agree with that. You know what would not happen?
And videos are coming out less and less, which makes me think stuff is happening that we don't know about.
That is very possible. Just as a side note, Iran has extremely strict gun laws.
Yeah.
And they have a dictatorship. Let that sink in.
Yep.
Let that sink in. Can you imagine that happening here? My suspicion would be people would not take well to that.
No.
And
kudos to Elon Musk, though.
For doing Starlink?
Starlink. He keeps launching those rockets. 29 more satellites.
Good.
The other day. So
good.
Just keep that in mind when you're going through your day tomorrow.
The blackout is caused by the regime.
They have people cutting landlines and finding people trying to use VPNs to get on the internet.
Yeah.
And they have now detected who's using VPNs and who, if you're not on the white list, they've now detected, and they are now moving so people cannot access the internet.
It would be a different conversation
Tomorrow
if the people that want to rebel had guns. Just
they
saying.
don't. They have, well, I don't know what they have, sticks, and they're setting fires.
They don't have any way to fight the government.
Which are the videos we're not seeing anymore. Remember in the beginning, we were seeing all these videos coming out. They were in the Capitol.
Didn't they kill 30,000 people? I want to say it was like 30,000 people that they killed. Yeah. It's too bad.
So as you go through your week, just think about it.
Yeah.
Tomorrow will be the 24th day. And it's really funny because I post a picture with a cute puppy at work and me. That gets 23 likes. I post about the Iran internet blackout.
3 legs.
I'm like, gotta pay attention.
We should be praying for them. That's what we should be doing. And hopefully they can rise up and remove that regime.
And get their internet back.
Yep. Society would be better without it. Not the internet, but the regime. All right. Folks, thank you for watching Barre Beat. We hope you have a wonderful week. Stay out of trouble. And
we'll see you next week.
And your catchphrase.
Go to work.